It's fantastic to see all of the adult players taking part, both men and women, and it's just like incredibly heartwarming to see and play our games. But I think if this game is to prosper, and the next tranche has to be the second generation and the third generation of Irish players. And obviously I know that there has been a lot of work done with the Leinster Council, and foundation courses and level 1 courses now have taken place, and that gives the people, the parents of the children, the opportunity to, I suppose, pass on the message to the next generation. And that's where it is, I suppose, my own point as national chairman of Feile at this moment in time. What I would absolutely love to see, and I've been speaking to the Middle East people, is that perhaps next year, when the Feile goes up to Ulster, that we would have a team representing the Middle East, same as New York, same as Europe, and as in the UK. There are so many players that are playing the games out here, playing it in a very, very positive way. It's just incredible to see, as I say, the amount of Irish people and non-Irish people playing our games. The hurling last night, I'd have to say, I hadn't been at a game at midnight before this, but to see hurling played at midnight, and the passion that was there was just heartwarming. So I believe that the next stage is the next generation of players, and I think that's key. And I've no doubt that the association is going to be fully behind anybody involved in the Middle East in bringing that forward.
So just to sum that up, you're inviting basically the kids out here, the people in charge out here, you're inviting them to the Feile?
Absolutely. And we can do as we're doing in the southwest region this year. There will be a 13-a-side Feile for the bottom line is, okay, the prosperity of the games out here and in the UK and in America and so on and so forth has been at a certain expense. And rural Ireland is perhaps on its knees a bit, and we've had to improvise and have 13-a-side Feile for the first time this year. So if it's a 13-a-side team that would travel from the Middle East for the first time, so be it. But what we will do is we'll tailor ourselves to their needs. But the most important thing is, I think that I would love to see them come to Feile in Ulster next year. Absolutely.
How do you think they would fit in? How do you think they would enjoy that experience? What would it do for them?
Well, the fact of the matter is that when the kids, the tradition of Feile is you go and you stay with the families of your host club, and I just think that it would give those kids coming over, a real taste of, number one, what Ireland is about, what Gaelic games is about, but hospitality, home hospitality. It's an experience that any of our players, an awful lot of our top inter-county players have experienced it. They'll never forget that weekend that they spent in Waterford or Donegal or Antrim. So I've no doubt that it would leave a huge imprint, and as a matter of fact, I believe that it would create even further love. They love their GAA out here, they absolutely love it, but I think it would bring it to another level altogether.